Hey guys! Welcome back to Life on Cam. I'm Kendall.
I'm Anne Marie.
And I'm Megan. And today we are filming a video all about our personal advice for going through sorority recruitment. Basically, a sorority is just a group of girls that do a bunch of activities together, like philanthropies, sisterhoods, and a bunch of stuff like that. And to join one, you have to go through this process called recruitment. And people can get stressed out and nervous. I know I was last year before going through, so we just wanted to make this video for anyone who is a little bit nervous and just give some tips.
First off, we just want to talk about the fact that we don't know everything. We have only been on one side of this. We went through Rush last year as freshmen, and so we just want to talk about our own personal experiences.
Recruitment is different for everyone, and especially at every school, and so again, this is literally just our advice.
Okay, our first tip is to always be yourself, and as cheesy as that sounds, it's actually very true. You don't want to go to houses and not act like yourself, you know? It should be really natural, and if you're trying to be someone you're not, you're gonna end up in the wrong house and regret it, and that's just doing yourself a disfavor. And on top of that, you want to dress how you normally would dress and be yourself, but don't dress inappropriately. Recruitment isn't a time to wear sweats or shorts that show your butt, you know what I mean? Amp it up a little, be a little bit more appropriate.
But still be you.
You guys, you have some nice clothes, pick those ones out.
Be a classy lady.
Yeah, be classy.
Dress like your grandma's watching.
Yeah. Exactly, that's it, that's honestly it.
But be yourself.
Because
your grandma loves you as you. Okay.
Grandma watching.
Our next tip is hopefully one that will make you feel a little bit less stressed about the whole process, but really when you go into a house, just expect to have a conversation with a girl. I remember I thought it would be some scary interview where they would be drilling me with all these weird questions, but honestly, just ask them questions back and talk to them as if they were your friends.
Mm-hmm.
It should just be a natural flowing conversation.
You know a conversation's going well if you feel like it was 2 seconds. If it feels like it was really long, that might be an indicator that that might not be your house or not your person that you talk to.
The next tip we have is throughout the process to not talk badly about any house, just because that's just, first of all, it's just not nice, don't do that. But second, you never know who is listening and who may be considering that house and loving that house. You don't want to influence anyone else's opinion. It's not going to do any good to you talking badly about another house, so keep your opinions to yourself.
If you're talking smack about someone else, that just says a lot about you. And
yeah, it
you
doesn't
don't
make
want to
you
be that
look great either.
True.
You're joining the community. Whichever sorority you join doesn't want you to choose that house just because you like that house. They want you to choose them because you like the community and you best fit in with that house.
Yes. Yeah. Not only should you not talk bad about other houses, but also during the process, even if you really like a house, don't talk good about them either. If you walk out of a house and start raving about how much of a good time you had at that house, someone near you might have not had the same experience, and that could really taint how they feel. Overhear people talking, it just gets things in your head that might alter your decisions, and it should be your own personal experience.
Yeah, also for both of those, you'll also get in trouble if you talk good or bad.
You're
if
not supposed
somebody
to.
In charge overhears you, even if you're saying oh my god, I love that house, you can get in trouble for doing that because they know how much of an effect that can have on other girls. Mm-hmm. Even when you get back to your dorms, still don't talk about which houses you like and which houses you didn't, especially with your friends. We all three went to Rush together as super close friends, and we kind of thought that we would actually talk about which houses we liked and didn't, but once the time came, we kind of decided that it's our own experience, and I know personally if I would have heard one of my really close friends being oh my god, didn't you love this house? Or oh my god, don't you think that's so cool? That would put other people's ideas in my head that aren't my own. Mm-hmm. And so instead, because you're obviously going to want to talk about the experience, people recommend calling a mom if you have an older sister, somebody
even
older in your life. Yeah, a dad,
a grandma, an uncle.
Yeah, literally anyone.
Your dog.
Your dog. Your dog won't talk back, but your dog. True. I know personally, I talked to my rogue Gamma, and she helped so much.
Basically, if you don't know what a rogama is, they are leaders of your walking group. I don't know if it's the same at every other school, but at our school you have a walking group of people you're with the whole week, and then you have a couple leaders, and they just kind of serve as the people you go with throughout the process to each house. And they're safe people to talk to. They kind of serve as an unbiased person that you can go to.
The rogamas are all in houses, but they have to be unaffiliated.
You won't know what house they're in. They're not gonna sway you a certain way.
I literally talked to mine for like 30 minutes on the last night. And she was like, what? Okay, so what's going on? How do you feel? And her best piece of advice to me was like when I was deciding between two houses, she was like, Kendall, which house do you feel comfortable pooping in? Everyone says it, but it's so true. Like, if you can't take a poop with these girls, you're not gonna be able to live with them.
Yeah, if you can't poo in the house, like, what you gonna do?
That would not be a fun sophomore year.
Another tip we have is to not go through the process with preconceptions. I know that can be hard because you might hear things, but don't listen to the rumors, don't listen to other people's opinions. You honestly shouldn't even say anything about any house because you don't know them yet. You have to go and learn about each one yourself and have your own opinions. And from my own experience, I kind of went into sorority recruitment thinking I would be in the house that my mom was in, and then it almost took away from part of my experience because I was kind of closed off to the idea of other houses. But then I shook that off. I was like, no, I'm enjoying other houses. I need to be open-minded. And I ended up in a completely different house than my mom, and I love it. So you just gotta go in with an open mind and give everyone a chance and make your own opinions.
Our next tip, this I would really recommend to everyone, is to take notes in between each house, because you're gonna be talking to so many people and going to so many houses, and you're gonna be on the move all day long. They are long days and you're gonna forget. And so I would really urge everyone to make little notes on their phone. I didn't do this on the first day because I was too lazy, and then I got to the end when I was gonna make my schedule and I was so overwhelmed and forgot everything. What I ended up doing the other days was I would write like 1 or 2 words, and then I would be like, oh, I remember everything. And it just made it a lot easier and more organized. And so that's really helpful. I know a lot of people do that.
Yeah, we all did that.
Yeah.
It makes the biggest difference.
Yeah, I
You
did
will not remember.
I remember on the first day I did it very loosely, and then I went back to make my schedule, and literally 2 of the houses I just had to guess. Cause I didn't
really?
Yeah, cause I was like, I literally don't remember which house
you don't want that.
Which,
And our school had 12 houses. You might have more or less other places, but it's a lot to take in.
Like, I thought I could not do it, but like, trust me, just do it.
You gotta do it.
You'll be really happy you did.
And a lot of them all have like some of the same letters in them, like Sigma, Chi, Omega, Delta, like
so many similar words.
Like, there's like
Greek words.
So
I don't know.
You're gonna get confused.
Ladies,
bring snacks.
Facts.
Bring shoes if your houses are far away, especially if you're wearing heels and you only have 10 minutes
and you'll
to
be
get
sprinting
to
in those
house.
heels.
You do not want to
be on time.
sprint in your heels.
Yeah.
You do not want to be hungry. You don't want to be sitting in the house thinking about the burrito you're about to devour once you leave. Like, you want to
be present. Be prepared.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
We brought sneakers because there was not enough time to run in heels to some of those houses. And I applaud you if you can do that. That's your talent, but I can't run in heels as fast as I can, so.
They don't let you be late. You gotta be on time, on the dot. Like, be early.
I walked out of my house, walking in my heels and my dress, and I said, screw that. Threw on my ugly Nike running tennis shoes and sprinted my way.
You'll see girls who do that. I did that too. It's normal.
You're gonna laugh at yourself. I looked so dumb and so weird.
But you made it on time.
She made it.
It was also raining, so I also had a raincoat.
Well, kind of going off of that, the next point we have is to prepare yourself for whatever weather your school is in. Like we said, it was raining for us for most of it, so I bought an umbrella. I had this giant umbrella, and I made a bunch of friends from it because I would share the umbrella with people. But if you're rushing and it's 100 degrees, bring a fan. The weather, I'm telling you, makes a huge difference, so just know your weather and be prepared for that.
That reminds me, I didn't have an umbrella and I wish I did.
Oh my
I remember it was prep night, so it's the dressiest day, it's the last day, and it was raining and I didn't have any sort of umbrella or anything, and I showed up and I remember a girl was like, oh my god, did you curl your hair? No, honey, I had straightened my hair, like,
yeah,
I was drenched.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to have a different hairstyle,
yeah. Or a new makeup look.
Yeah, maybe use waterproof makeup. I didn't think of that.
Smart.
Yeah. I also know that when we rushed, we weren't expecting the weather to be bad, and so all of the outfits I chose were like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so hot in summer, like we just got to school. And I remember being so freezing because you're gonna have to be outside for the majority of the time.
Stand in line for a while.
Until you go into the house. And I remember literally being in like a tiny like short sleeve shirt and skirt and literally shivering because I had no coat. So bring a coat.
Bring a coat, that's smart, yeah.
Or don't if it's 100 degrees.
Just know your weather.
Know the weather, yeah. Okay, another tip is to make friends with the people you're rushing with. That can be super beneficial to you in the long run because everyone who's going through rush just wants to make friends. Like, that's part of the reason why they're going through. And you could meet a bunch of different people that aren't in your house and have all these lifelong friends. So that sounds kind of cheesy, but it's true. Like, we all have some friends from our rush groups that we still stay in touch with. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
It's an easy experience to bond over. You're all going through the same thing. Everyone's feeling the same emotions.
Yeah,
like,
just don't be closed off to the idea of talking to the people around you. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds kind of straightforward, but you kind of get scared and forget while you're going through it.
And especially, even if you're rushing and you're not a freshman, majority of people rushing are freshmen, and freshmen love to make friends. Freshmen are so nice, and freshmen are like, oh my god, who are you? Can we be best friends? Like, everyone is nervous and wants to meet people, and so everyone's down to have a conversation. Kind of like what we were saying, but if you're hesitant to rush, just do it. Don't knock it till you try it.
And going off of that, trust the process. At our school, they said that a million times to us, to the point where it was almost annoying because it's like TTP, TTP. But it's so true. Like, if you end up in a house that maybe wasn't your first pick, or your experience is going not how you want, just tough it out, give it a chance. You don't know what could come from it. Everything happens for a reason. Not everyone believes that, but I do.
And even as a person rushing, although you are meeting these houses, you really don't know that much. And so let's say if you get dropped from a house you like, sometimes the house may know best that that's not the house you were meant to be in, and then it leads you to make the decision of the house that you were always meant to be in, where all your best friends are.
Yeah, so just give it a chance and have an open mind.
So the last thing we wanted to say is to honestly just be excited if you are going through. I remember being so nervous, but I had the best time.
It's so fun.
If you make the most of it and really just keep a positive mind, it's such a fun experience. I'm so excited for everyone who will go through.
Yay.
It's such a great experience.
Get hyped. It's gonna be so great. Don't be too hard on yourself or get in your head about what's going on. Just try and go with the flow and give it your best shot at being yourself. That's like the biggest thing.
Sure. And there's literally, I can't think of anything like this experience or anything like a sorority, and it's like a once in a lifetime thing.
Really.
It should be exciting, it should be so fun. Just make the most of it, have fun with it, don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, it's an opportunity to meet a bunch of cool people, if anything.
For sure.
Yeah. And you'll remember this forever, no matter what happens.
There's always some weird stories that come from it, or some like stressful, like running across.
I thought I was gonna poop my pants every day I was getting my schedule. So if you feel that, it's totally normal. You don't know what's gonna be on a piece of paper. So get hyped, it's gonna be good.
So I think that's all the advice we have for you today. I hope you guys gained something, or if not, at least don't feel as stressed out if you're going through recruitment this fall.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, and turn the bell button notifications on. Love you guys.
Mwah.